Hello tubers, hope you're doing well. Quick note, I have to change my Chasca first, because my Chasca is right now on EM attack crit damage. And since I'm using freeze, it's not gonna be useful here, okay? So I need an attack sense. That's pretty damn good. That's extremely good. I take this one. Now I have a lot more attack. Crit rate, a little bit better too. And crit damage roughly the same, right? I still have a lot of EM that come from subsets. But I don't want to switch around those. I'm too lazy to accept it, okay? Could be more crit rate, could be more attack. Right now she's running Luni's bow, R2. So, yeah, there's that, I guess. Okay. First half Venti. Second half Chasca, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I don't like to do that. But it would make sense here, okay? If you have Venti, use Venti. I will use Venti here, but in a very weird-ass team, if that makes sense. Since I want to show Naviori, usually I would use Official here, and not Venti. And I will take Benny here. Do you know what? No, I will not use Benny. I will use that team, okay? Of course, in 12 that will not work, but in 11 it's absolutely fine. And here we go for the Chasca, the freeze Chasca. Where's the only hot pink-haired girl? There she is. So yeah, these will be the teams. On 12, I will exchange Venti with Benny, personally. Because Benny does a little bit more here for me, right? You can probably use Venti as well. It's just no point in doing so, okay?
Yahoo! Think you can get away? I am the cutting edge of fashion. Coming at ya! Umbrella warfare, I guess. Attack! Shadow Raven!
Come on!
Time for takeoff.
Also, it's only 24. I thought it was 60. It would be hilarious if now in the other half there are 60 enemies.
Shower me with praise.
No.
Time to shine. Hold that pose. Shoot. My ordnance divine. Let's run.
So yeah, I'm using Freeze Chasca because Freeze is somewhat good boosted, right? Cryo damage increase is insane right now. And not using that would be kind of stupid, right? And since Chasca can do everything, I will use Chasca. It's pretty much that simple. Sure, Venti is pretty favored right now here. But you don't have to worry. Venti is generally good, in my opinion. A lot of people try to shit-talk him. Say he's like useless and you can just use Kazuha. Kazuha's worse in my opinion, straight up. My opinion.
Let's play. Time for takeoff. Midnight
Mainly because I think
delicate as silk.
the utility
Attack!
that Venti provides is massively underrated.
Umbrella
Like you will not have energy issues anymore for your characters. And it's just a
Can get
13.
away?
He does a lot of damage. Together with Fischl, every time there's a reaction, Fischl will attack, right? Because of her A4. It's an absolute insane combination of characters you can have.
Strike a pose. Let the world come on. Say cheese. Breaking hip. Do your master's bidding. Take me up.
Your journey ends here.
Open fire. Bullseye. Knock him down.
I see that at least there, boy. Venti's personal damage is crazy high as well, which is a lot underestimated.
Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff. Wings of darkness. Watch out. Umbrella warfare, I guess. Fire! Well, I am the cutting edge of fashion. Let's play. Think you can get away?
Midnight Fantastic.
Feeling lucky?
As you can see,
A proper send down.
you see lots of numbers, okay? But even if Venti is in a single target scenario against the boss or some shit,
Watch out.
he still absolutely can perform.
Feeling lucky? Fire! Well, with
Gets insane damage.
cutting edge of fashion. Lend me a hand.
Lend her a hand.
Hold that pose. Hard hitting it. Take your true form. By ordnance device. Let's run. Open fire. Locked on. Locked on. Locked on. Time to shine. Yoo-hoo! Smile. Shoot. My will and
Onward, friends.
locked on.
There we go. Okay, 12. So, against the Hydro Tulpa, right? These enemies are always wet, okay? So, in theory, you can just use shit like Mawika, Arlecchino, they absolutely destroy, right? You can use Yoimi as well. He could be maybe a little bit tough. I guess it depends on what other teammates you use with her. But overall, those are pretty damn good, right? I will still use Naviori because I think they're kind of goated, okay? And top tier waifus have to be played, okay? I mean, played, used. No, shit, that sounds all bad. Bread, okay, bread, I guess. I'll use that. Just because Fischl with a lot of reactions always good, right? And Chiori and Davia do crystallize reactions which Fischl can react on. It's gonna be a lot of damage, okay? In the second half, as mentioned earlier, Priest Chasca. Mainly because I think I don't want to use other cryo characters, right? I only have basically Ayaka, and Ayaka's dog shit. I would not recommend anybody pulling Ayaka. Chichi's a supporter, doesn't work. Shen is a supporter, doesn't work. Rosario is sub DPS, doesn't really work. You get the idea, right? So in theory, you can either infuse the shit somehow. Cryo infusion. Tiny little bit tough, okay? Tiny little bit tough. I don't know exactly how it was anymore. I think Lunette and Anemo Traveler, they take Cryo as a priority over Pyro. And the rest is the normal order of Elemental Infusion for Anemo characters. You can check that up on Google. I don't know the exact order anymore. I think it was Pyro, Electro, Hydro, Cryo. And with Lunette and Anemo Traveler specifically, the Cryo that's at the end becomes the first one that gets infused. I could be somewhat wrong on somewhere in the middle, but I think it was like that. Anyway, enough yapping, I'll just start. First up, let me just give you quick hints for the characters, right? The Hydro Tulpa, he spawns little droplets. If he sucks on them and starts to get bigger, you have to kill them for him to get stunned. Okay? So there's that. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks for fact-checking me, Reckless. How's it going, buddy? I hope you have a nice day, dude. So that's the only thing you kind of have to worry about.
Everybody stand back. Midnight thing.
Ideally, you don't want to use Benny in this shit. But since you're using eventually Naviori, right? It is not as problematic. Because you have enough of shields. But it doesn't matter anymore.
I'm going in. Odds for beat. Coming at you. Hiya. Hey there. Fire. Well, with rocks. Let's light it up.
But still try to dodge the shit because this thing hurts quite a bit.
Watch out.
Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, Electro. Is it that way? Okay. That's surprising. I thought Cryo was the last one. Weird. Anyway, let me talk about these Electors quickly. These Electro Electors, they have the biggest weakness against Cryo and Dendro, I believe. Then comes Pyro. So yeah. Bro, last one? Yeah, Cryo should have been the last one. And if you freeze them, guess what? It's pretty solid. The Seahorse has the same shit with his Electro Shield. Electro Shields are usually very weak to these kind of things.
Take your true form. Do your master's bidding. Hard hitting it. Bullseye. Bullseye. Fire in the hole.
In theory, you can, if I remember correctly, stun him midair as well. I'm not too sure. I think it was something like that.
Hold that pose.
But you don't really have to do it, if that makes sense.
Let the world collide. My will embodied. By ordinance divine. Breaking new. Locked on.
The time should be fine with that team. But the only thing you have to worry about is not to completely waste all your shit there. Is Nivelletti, that's why I can't break the Electro Shield? Yeah. You get the Electro very quickly low, but Water is not the most amazing one to deal with the Electro Shields. It does work, but it is, I think, the worst one from the working elements. This team seems to be not the best here at the start. But you don't have to worry too much about it. Because since you're using Naviori, right, you should be fine damage-wise regardless. Just try to keep your Shiori E on availability for when he's spawning the pillars. Because if he's spawning the pillars, you definitely do that. Right? Because you can just E up and you'll be fine.
I'm going in. Oh, it's beef delicate as silk. Watch out! A proper send-off from the Stina with love. This one's got your name on it. Ah! Umbrella warfare, I guess. Teamwork is dreamwork. Wings of dark.
I think I can kill him before he gets to the second thing phase. Yeah. There we go. Okay, I don't know what's in the second half. But guess what? If you use Chasca, you're fine. Chasca always works. Shilun will be good instead of Chiori? Yes. If you have Shilun, you can definitely use her as well for that.
Knock 'em down.
Then you can also use completely different teams.
Let my name
But I really like Chiori.
hold that pose.
And if I can get away with using Chiori in a decent way and show fancy mechanics, I'd rather do that, personally.
Bullseye. Locked on. Locked on. Strike a pop. Smile. Transfiguring. Open fire.
But there are multiple characters you can use. You can even use Venti. If you pull for Venti, you can use Venti's hold E to get up the pillar
Locked on.
and be absolutely fine.
Let the world
The enemy can't really move away,
hold that pose.
so
Take
it is
your
actually not as bad
Cryoing cup.
using Venti's ult as well against it. Oh, it was already over. I thought there would be more coming. Well, I guess that's fine. I don't have that many 5 stars. You could use a lot of characters. Technically, you don't need any 5 star or any 4 star because there's a cheesy way to climb up these pillars, but it's very finicky and honestly, it is definitely not worth it. But technically, you can do it by just taking a teen-sized female like Fischl, for example, or Chioli, and climb on a jump on a specific spot on the pillar, and they can climb up. Why? Nobody fuck knows. But you can accept it. It does work in theory. It just reset heaven if you do it. Okay, because it is very wonky.
By royal decree. Let's go. Hey there. Hey there. Ha. Attack. I'm going in. I am the cutting edge of fashion.
These two are local legends. You have to be a little bit more careful about them
Feeling lucky.
because they most likely will hurt.
Umbrella warfare.
Also, once again, using Benny here, it's not the best idea because they will just vape on you.
Why do they never miss? Odds reveal. Ow. Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's
Midnight Fantastic.
fire. Well, umbrella warfare, I guess. Feeling lucky.
But since we have Geoboos, right,
Ah,
and constant shields,
there.
you can be frisky. It's very dangerous. I would probably not recommend it.
By royal watch out. Attack.
Make it work. Okay.
That's the way.
There you go. I can clear those local legends. They kill me midway the fight. Yeah, those are a little bit of a problem. If you use Benny, they basically will just vape you because you're constantly on fire, right? And enemies can do reactions too. It's definitely not fun. I can tell you that much.
Smile. Hard hitting it. Take me up. Open fire. Bullseye.
Damn, these things are tanky.
Locked on. Fire in the hole. Time to shine. Hold that pose. Transfiguration. Do your master's. Let's run. Locked on.
Okay, good. First doggo's down. No big doggos.
Shower me with praise. Let the world come alive. Smile. Obey.
I should have held
Cryo
E.
incarnate.
That's not good.
Hard hitting it. Take me up. Bullseye. Bullseye. Open
In case you don't
fire.
know why, Shenhe's E
Hold on to your
has two different ways of working. One is holding and one is tapping E.
Take your true form.
If you tap E, you increase elemental skill damage and element burst damage or some shit.
Locked on.
And if you hold it, you increase normal attack damage and charge attack damage.
Locked on. Locked on. Shower me with safe.
Also, I think I didn't do it.
Take me up.
We have to reset.
Feeling lucky. Off we go.
Me not having energy is also kind of shit.
Let's light it up. Teamwork is delicate as silk. Watch out. This one's got your name on it. A proper send-off. Let's light it up. Everybody stand back. Ow! This one's got your name on it. I am the cutting edge of fashion. Coming at ya.
The good thing is, if you're using Fisher here,
With rocks. Umbrella force.
she will boost your damage by so much and you don't even gonna realize it until the stage is over.
I'm going in.
As you wish.
Watch out. Attack! That's the way.
Because every time there's a reaction, Fisher will attack. Akinish does more damage than Marika, so don't have a choice to use Marika. In the first half, your Marika will always vape. Okay? So I'm pretty sure you can make your Marika do more damage than your Kinish does. 100% sure. This episode is basically tailor-made for her again.
Breaking new. Transfiguration. Cryo incarnate. Knock him down. Ha! Locked on. Open fire. Open fire. Shower me with praise. Let the world come up. Smile. Hard hitting it. Take your truth. Open fire. Open fire. Yeah. Time to shine. Transfiguration. Do your master.
That is a little bit slow here, but it works, I guess.
Locked on. Open fire. Bullseye.
The biggest problem is the crocodile.
Hold on to your hats.
Another reason why
Hold that pose.
the Sumeru Abyss was
Breaking new.
the worst thing in existence.
Cryo
People from
incarnate.
that played in Sumeru times will completely agree that Sumeru Abyss was absolute nightmare because of that thing. But hey, I got to be this time.
Shower me with praise. Let my name echo in song. Take your truth. Let's fly.
There we go. That was my Abyss. Hope you enjoyed it.
Open fire.
If you did, like, subscribe. We cleared the first half chamber in 80 seconds from Mamika. It's taken about 2 minutes. Okay, that is surprising. Then your Mamika needs a little bit of upgrades, I would say. What team are you using with Mamika? Maybe I can give some advice there. Because I'm pretty damn sure my Mamika can do it.